Hello, it's Nicko with Food Cravings, and today we're making the best marinara sauce ever. This is one of the most classic sauces ever, and I'm gonna tell you why in a moment. Several folk theories exist as to the origin of this sauce. One version states that cooks aboard Neapolitan ships returning from the Americas invented marinara sauce in the mid-16th century after Spaniards introduced the tomato to Europe. And now I'm going to show you my take on it. We'll start with a little drizzle of olive oil. To that we'll add some garlic, and for this part I went with the crusher to give it a nice psycho crush. Then I picked up my knife and gently scraped the sides so that I can get every last bit of garlic in before crushing some tomatoes. After all the tomatoes were crushed, I added in some pasta water as well. Then I made it rain with some kosher salt and some oregano. And here's a pro tip. If you'd much rather use fresh herbs for this part, it isn't necessary to add in as much, mainly because fresh herbs carry a more pronounced flavor nuance and actually require less. And right about there I added some nutmeg, freshly grated of course, just to balance out the acidity of the tomato before bringing this to a boil. Here I added another secret ingredient, which I'll talk more about on the blog post, and we gave it another stir and it simmered as it reduced quite nicely. Check it out! Finally, after everything started coming together, it was now time to add in my favorite pasta of choice. And if you said gnocchi, you guessed it correctly. As you noticed, gave it a toss and a few stirs round and around. I also added in a little touch of olive oil just to give it an extra sheen. After all, we were about to plate up, and of course you know what that means. I wanted the gnocchi to look their best. And now, it was the moment of truth, where I went in for a taste. At first bite, I could taste the soft pillowiness of the gnocchi, which of course were handmade by yours truly. Added to that, the subtle sweetness of the tomato and savory herbs, along with my secret ingredient. The combination made this a very delicious bowl of pasta. Now that you've finally learned how to make the best marinara sauce, it's time to add this to your favorite pasta dish and dazzle your family and friends with a tasty yet easy recipe that's very simple to make. It'll leave you craving more. I know I did. I hope you've enjoyed my take on what I call the best marinara sauce ever created. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, along with sharing this with your friends. For ingredient amounts and more info, please visit www.chefnicko.blogspot.com. Thank you, bon appetit, and enjoy.